Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Shri Rama Jayam Shuklam Baradharam Vishnum Shashivarnam Chaturbhujam Prasanna Dhyanayet Sarva Vighnopashantaye. Namaskar and welcome back all of you to the Amarabharata channel where we are studying the Deepakam Kaksha 8, Class 8 Sanskrit textbook. In that, now we look at the Dvitiyaha Pathaha, lesson number 2, Alpaanaamapi Vastoonaam Samgatih Kaaryasaadhikaa, means a collection of even insignificant or small objects can accomplish task or tasks. We now look at the lesson along with an explanation in the English language. Kanichana mitrani, some friends, Vidyalayasya Grishma Avakashe, during the summer vacation of the school, Punyakshetra Darshanaya, Devabhumim Uttarakhandam Agachan, went to the Devabhumi Uttarakhand in order to visit holy places, Punyakshetra Darshanaya. Tadanim, at that time, Varsha Arambha Kalaha Asit. That was the time of the beginning of the rainy season. Varsha Arambha Kalaha means beginning of rainy season. Sarvepi Gauri Kunda Namakam Sthanam Praptavantaha. Everyone reached a place named Gauri Kund. Yada te Shri Kedara Kshetram Arohantaha Asan Tada Lakshya Praptehe Purvam. Yada te Shri Kedara Kshetram Arohanta Asan. When they were ascending to Shri Kedara Kshetra, to Kedarnath Kshetra, Tada Lakshya Praptehe Purvam. Then before reaching their destination, what happened? Vegena Vrishtihi Arabdha. Heavy rainfall started. Vegena, with storm, rainfall started. Sahasa Sarvatra Andhakaraha Prasritaha. Suddenly everywhere darkness spread. Nadyaha Tivra Jala Vegena. Because of the strongly rushing river water, Setuhu Bhagnaha. The bridge got broken. Parvataskhalanam Sanjatam. Landslide happened from the mountain. Sarvepi Uchchasvarena Akrandan. Sarvepi Uchchasvarena Akrandan Ishwaram Prarthayanta Cha. Everyone wailing loudly prayed to Lord Ishvara. Kedarnath Kshetra. So Ishvara. He Bhagavan, O Bhagavan, Raksha Asman Raksha. Protect us, O Lord. That's what they wailed loudly, prayed and wailed. Sarvesham adhiryam drishtva. Upon seeing everyone losing courage, Nayakaha Sudhiraha, the leader by name Sudhir, Sarvan Santvayan, consoling and inspiring everyone, Avadat, told like this. What did he say? We'll see. Now there's a conversation. Nayakaha. Sudhir says, Ai bhoho mitrani. Oh friends, asmin vipat kale. In this time of distress, vayam dhairyam avalambya. Having taken courage, kam api upayam chintayamaha. Let us think of a remedy. Dinesha, savishadam. Dinesha, with grief, what he says? Are bhrataha, O brother. Kim vadasi, what do you say? What are you telling? Asmakam mrityuhu eva sannikate asti. Our death itself is in the vicinity. Our death itself is nearby. Evam chet, this being so, katham upayaha chintaniyaha. How is a remedy to be thought of? We have death facing us, and now you want us to think of a remedy. That's what Dinesh says. Nayaka, leader says, Mitra, O friend, Vishadam ma kuru, do not grieve, do not have sorrow. Yada vrishtihi shanta, when the rain subsides, Vatavaranam cha swachham bhavishyati, and the weather becomes clear. When the darkness disappears, tada vayam sambhuya setum margam cha nirmaya, then we, having collectively built a bridge and a path. Sambhuya means collectively, setu is a bridge and marga is a path. Nirmaya punaha swalakshyam prati gamishyamaha. We'll again go towards our destination. That's what the leader inspires all the other people. Now we go forward. Suresha, etasyam sthitau, in this kind of a dire situation, vayam kimetat atyantam dussadhyam asambhavam cha karyam kartum shaknumaha. Will we be able to accomplish this extremely difficult and almost impossible task? That's what Suresh asks Nayaka. That's leader says. Leader Sudhir, he says. Sudhir means filled with dhairya, courage. Priyamitrani, dear friends, vayam atma vishwasa balena, with the power of our self-confidence, asambhavam api karyam sambhuya avashyam sadhaitum shaknumaha. All of us together, collectively, we can certainly accomplish this impossible task also. Asambhavam karyam, impossible task. Sambhuya means collectively we can accomplish this task. Tena asmakam lakshya praptihi prana raksha cha api bhavishyati. By this, our reaching of the destination or the goal and also the saving of our lives are possible. Kapila asks, Kim idam sambhavati? Is this ever possible? Nayaka, Noonam sambhavati mitra, certainly possible, O friend. Asmin prasange, in this context, aham hitopadeshasya ekam katham shravayami. I will narrate, means I will make you listen to a story from the hitopadesha. Sarvepi, everyone, utkantha, loudly. Ka katha, which story? Vada mitra, vada, tell, O friend, tell. Nayakaha, savadhanam shrunvantu, listen attentively. So you also listen attentively to the story which is coming up now from the Hitopadesha. Asti Godavari Tire. On the banks of the river Godavari, Eko Vishalaha Shalmali Taruhu is a huge Shalmali tree. Shalmali is a kind of species. Tatra Pratidinam, every day there. Duradeshat Pakshinaha Agatya Nivasantisma. Every day birds having arrived from faraway places lived there. Atha Kadachit Tatra Kaschit Vyadhaha Tandula Kanan Vikirya. Once here a hunter having scattered red rice grains. Vyadha means hunter and Tandula Kana means rice grains. Vikirya means having scattered. Jalam Vistirya, having spread his net. Prachanno Bhutva Sthitaha, stood there secretly in hiding. Tasmin eva kale, at that very time, Chitragriva Nama Kapota Rajaha, a pigeon king by name Chitragriva. Kapota is a pigeon, king is name is Chitragriva. Saparivaraha, along with his family, Akasha Marge Gachati Sma. There was a pigeon king by name Chitragriva flying along with his family along the along the sky, sky route. Kechana Kapotaha, some pigeons. Vanamadhye Tandula Kanan Avalokya, upon seeing the rice grains in the middle of the forest, Lobha Akrishtaha Abhavan, got avaricious or became greedy. became attracted to the rice grains. Tataha Chitragrivaha. Then Chitragrivaha Tandula Kana Lubdhan Kapotan Avadat. Told these greedy pigeons, those greedy pigeons which were looking at the rice grains, Kutaha Atra Nirjane Vane Tandula Kananam Sambhavaha Tad Nirupyata. How is it that in this lonely forest such rice grains are possible or available? Please tell me how it is possible to have rice grains here. Kaschit vyadhaha atra bhavet. Some hunter should be here. Sarvatha avicharitam karma na kartavyam. We should never do a task without consideration, without proper thought. That's what Chitragriva tells the other pigeons. Etad vachanam shrutva. Having heard these words, Kaschit kapotaha. One of the pigeons, some pigeon in the group, Sadarpam avadat, said with arrogance or haughtiness, Aha, kimartham eva muchyate. Ah, why is it said like this? There's a shloka here. Vriddhanam vachanam grahyamapatkale hyupasthite sarvatraivam vicharetu bhojane pravartanam. Vriddhanam vachanam grahyamapatkale hyupasthite sarvatraivam vicharetu bhojane pravartanam. So to understand a shloka like this, you have to do first the padacheda or the padavibhaga, which means split of words. Vriddhanam vachanam grahyam apatkale hi upasthite sarvatra evam vichare tu bhojane api apravartanam. So we have to do the anvaya or the prose order, the gadya krama, because this will be padya krama, and the gadya krama you have to arrange it in the form of an ordinary sentence. Apatkale upasthitehi vriddhanam vachanam grahyam sarvatra evam vicharetu bhojane api apravartanam syat. Now next step is to look at the pratipada artha, means the meanings of the individual words. Vriddhanam of elderly persons or experienced persons, vachanam words, grahyam are to be accepted and followed. Apatkale in times of distress, he indeed, upasthite when encountered. Sarvatra in all tasks, evam like this, vichare having considered, tu indeed, bhojane api also with respect to food, apravartanam without inclination. The overall meaning of this is like this. Summary. Bhavartha. Words of experienced elderly persons are to be listened to, accepted and followed, especially when distressing times are encountered. In this way, all tasks having done proper consideration, the task is to be undertaken. Every task is to be undertaken having proper consideration. Even when food is available, it should preferably be avoided. If elderly persons say so, one should not even get into the attraction or the sway of food in times of distress, is what is the meaning of the shloka. We go further. Tasya vachanam shrutva. Having heard his Chitragriva's words, Chitragrivasya cha avagnyam kritva, also having disregarded Chitragriva, sarve kapotaha bhumau avatirya tandulakanan bhoktum pravruttaha. All the pigeons having descended on the ground started eating the rice grains. Anantaram te sarve tena jalena baddhaha bhavan. Then all of them got entangled in the net which the hunter had spread. Tataha yasya vachanat kapotaha tatra baddhaha tam sarve tiraskurvanti sma. Then upon whose advice the pigeons got trapped, all of them rejected him. That haughty pigeon who had ignored Chitragriva's advice, they rejected him. They started despising him. Idam drishtva Chitragriva vadat. Having seen this, Chitragriva said, Ayam asya dosho na. This is not his fault. Anagata vipattim kahava jnatum samartha. Kova jnatum samartha. Who is able to know about distress which has not yet come? Who can foresee the risk? Is a question. Now they talk about risk management and so on, which you must have heard from your parents. So who can foresee such risks is what Chitragriva is telling. Ataha asmin vipatkale asmabhi asya tiraskaram akrutva. Therefore, at this time of distress, without censuring him, without rejecting him, kaschana upayaha chintaniyaha. We should think of an idea. One idea is to be thought of by us. Yatohi vipatkale vismayaha eva kapurusha lakshanam. Because in times of distress, the characteristics of a cowardly person indeed can be surprising or amazing or actually unpredictable. Satpurushanam lakshanam to. However, the characteristics of noble persons are like this. How are they? We'll see. Vipadidhairyamathābhyudaye kshama sadasi vakpatuta yudhi vikramaha yashasi chabhiruchir vyasanam shrutau prakriti siddhamidam hi mahatmanam vipadidhairyamathābhyudaye kshama sadasi vakpatuta yudhi vikramaha yashasi chabhiruchir vyasanam shrutau prakriti siddhamidam hi mahatmanam. The padacheda, split of words, is given here, and the anvaya is also given here as given in your textbook in the end of this particular lesson. You can please read this. We go to the pratipadartha. Vipadi, in distress, dhairyam, courage, atha, and abhyudaye, in progress or prosperity, kshama, forgiveness, tadasi, in a gathering, vakpatuta, eloquence in speech, yudhi, in war, vikramaha, valor, yashasicha, and in success, abhiruchi, interest, vyasanam, liking, shrutau, in shastras, prakriti siddham, is in their essential nature, idam, this, he, indeed, mahatmanam, of great people. The overall meaning is given here. Maha Purushanam etat acharanam swabhava siddhameva bhavati. The characteristics of great noble people are these, which are inherent in their essential nature itself. Acharanam actually means whatever they do, whatever their activities are. So the activities are a result of their characteristics. So we can say that Mahapurushanam etat acharanam, the conduct, the general conduct of great persons in this world, they are inherent in their essential nature itself. Yatkimapi bhavet, whatever untoward happens to them, te vipatkale dhairyam avalambya, they, in times of distress, having taken up courage, having taken resort to courage, samasya parihara vishaye prayatnam kurvanti, they put efforts towards resolution of the issues or problems. Sampattau unnatau cha, when they are wealthy and in prosperity, sarvan upakurvanti, they offer help to all others. Sabhayam te kaushalena bhashanam kurvanti, in gatherings or assemblies of people, they give speeches with eloquence, they have excellent oratory skills. Yuddhe cha yuddhe te parakramam shauryam cha darshayanti, in war they exhibit courage and valor. Yasho vishayete abhiruchim pradarshayanti, regarding success they exhibit interest, means they go after success, they strive towards success. Shastra vishaye chate anuragam prakatayanti, regarding study of the scriptures they show great liking, great interest. Further, ataha adhuna asmabhi dhairyam avalambya, therefore today for us taking courage. Pratikaraha chintyatam. A response is to be thought of by all of us. Pratikaraha chintyatam. Priyamitrani, oh my dear friends, Laghunam api Vastoonaam Samgatih Kaaryasaadhikaa bhavati iti Niti Vachanam Lokasiddham. There is a world famous saying, wise saying, that a collection of even insignificant or small objects can accomplish tasks. Ataha asmabhi sarvaihi, therefore by all of us, ekachitti bhuya, having a single collective effort, single collective mind, with a single mindedness or collective effort, jalam adaya uddiyatam. Along with this net, we have to fly, which means single mindedly putting a collective single effort, we have to lift this net and fly. That's what the pigeon Chitragriva is telling. Evam vicharya sarve pakshinaha jalam adaya utpatitaha. Having considered this, all the birds, having taken away, carried the net, flew away. Then what happens? Very interesting story which we are reading. Anantaram saha vyadha, then that hunter, sudurat jala apaharakan tan avalokya, having seen the birds taking away the net, paschat adhavat, he ran after them. Param, however, tasya drishti pathat duram gateshu pakshishu saha vyadho nivrittaha. However, what happened? When the birds flew out of sight, the birds flew very far away out of sight, then the hunter stopped in his way. Atha vyadham nivrittam drishtva. Then the birds, having seen the hunter stopping, kapotaha uktavantaha. The pigeons said so. Swamin, kim idanim kartum uchitam. O leader, what is appropriate to be done, to do now? Chitragriva uvacha. Chitragriva said, Priya kapotaha, O dear pigeons, asmakam mitram, our friend, Hiranyakonama Mushaka Raja, a mouse king by name Hiranyaka, Gandaki Tire Chitravane Nivasati, lives in the Chitravana on the banks of river Gandaki. Saha asmakam pashan danta balena chetsyati. He, this mouse, will cut open our bonds from the net using the strength of his teeth. Etat alochya sarve hiranyakasya vivara samipam gataha. Having thought so, vivara means cave. Having thought so, all the pigeons went near the cave of Hiranyaka. Or the hole, you can take it as a hole in the ground somewhere. Hiranyakaha cha sarvada anishta shankaya shatadvaram vivaram kritva nivasati. Hiranyaka also, always having suspicions about unpleasant events or risks, means there are always cats which try to hunt the mice, isn't it? So, being suspicious of cats roaming around, such kind of things, lives in a cave built having 100 doors. Shatadvaram vivaram, cave of 100 doors. Why? To escape out easily. He should have so many escape routes out of the cave. That's what he had, 100 doors. Tata Hiranyakaha kapotanam avapata bhayat chakitaha tushnim sthitaha. Then Hiranyaka, having got afraid by the descending of many pigeons, means a sound also was there of the descending of all the pigeons descended together along with the net. What did he do? He tushnim sthitaha, he stood silently, the mouse, Hiranyaka. Chitragriva uvacha, Chitragriva said, Sakhe Hiranyaka, O friend Hiranyaka, kim asmabhi saha na sambhashase. Why will you not talk to us? Tataha Hiranyakaha tad vachanam pratyabhijnaya. Then Hiranyaka, having recognized his voice of the friend Chitragriva, Tvaraya bahihi nisratya abravit. Having come out quickly from the cave, from the hole, happily said so. Aha, Punyavan asmi, I am indeed fortunate. Mama priya suhrit Chitragrivaha samayataha. My close friend Chitragriva has come here. So he got delighted. Hiranyaka. Further, Pashabadhan kapotan drishtva. On seeing the pigeons bound by the net, fettered, tied. Savismayam kshanam sthitva. Having stood for a moment with surprise, Avadat, he, the mouse said, Sakhe, kim etat? Oh friend, what is this? Kim etat? Chitragriva, Avadat. Chitragriva replied, said, Sakhe, oh friend, etat asmakam vicharaheenatayaha phalam. This is the result of our lack of thought or lack of consideration. Tachrutva Hiranyakaha, having heard that, Hiranyaka, Bandhanam Chetum Satvaram Upasarpati. Hiranyaka quickly approached Chitragrivasya Bandhanam Chetum. Chitragrivasya Bandhanam, Hiranyaka Chitragrivasya Bandhanam Chetum Satvaram Upasarpati. Hiranyaka quickly approached Chitragriva in order to cut his bonds or fetters, the bonds of Chitragriva. Tada Chitragrivaha avadat. Then Chitragriva said, Mitra, oh friend, ma evam. No, not this. Purvam madashritanam etesham pashan chinattu. First cut the bonds of these others who have taken my refuge, who have taken refuge in me. Paschat mama, then cut mine. Etat akarnya. Having heard this, Hiranyakaha prahrishtamanaha pulakitaha chas, Pulakita's son, abravit. The delighted Hiranyaka, having become excited, said so. Sadhu mitra, sadhu, good, oh friend, good. Anena ashrita vatsalyena tvam trailokyasya api swamitvam praptum yogyaha asi. By this motherly affection towards those seeking your refuge, you are eligible to attain the overlordship of even the three worlds. Tataha Hiranyakaha Swamitraiः saha sarvesham kapotanam bandhanani chinattisma. Then Hiranyaka and his friends, other mice who are there with Hiranyaka, cut the fetters or the bonds of all the pigeons. Further, Sarve kapotaha pasha vimuktaha abhavan. All the pigeons got released from their fetters or the bonds. Saharsham punaha uddiya akasha margena gachantas sarve kapotaha. Happily again having flown up, flying along the aerial path. Kapotaha, the pigeons, Rajanam Chitragrivam Prashamsanti. All the pigeons praised their king Chitragriva. Bhavataha Niti Shikshaya Nayaka Dharmena Cha Vayam Sarve Surakshitaha. We are all protected because of your wise counsel and also your leadership qualities. Nayaka Dharma, leadership attributes. Dhanyaha Vayam. We are indeed fortunate. Katham Shravayitva. Having narrated the story, Nayaka Sarvan Sambodhayati. The leader addresses everyone. Mitrani, oh friends, Apadgrastaha Kapotaha Buddhi Balena Sanghatana Samarthyena Cha Atma Samrakshanam Kritavantaha. The distress-stricken pigeons did their self-protection by means of the strength of their intellect and also the power of their organization or unity. Tarhi kimartham vayam sanghatitaha bhutva. Then why is it impossible for us to get organized? Bhutva atmarakshanam kartum na shaknumaha. Why is it impossible for us to get organized, united, together and do our own self-protection, our own protection? Nayakasya preraka vachanaihi utsahitaha sarve api. Being enthused by the inspiring words of their leader, everyone, sarvepi, everyone, bhayam shokam sandeham cha vihaya. Having given up their fear, grief and their doubts. Setu nirmana karye samlagnaha jata samyak lagnaha. So they got thoroughly engaged in the building of the bridge. Bhagirata prayatnaihi, by Bhagirata type of effort. You may remember that about Bhagirata's effort in bringing the Ganga, river Ganga, to our earth, because it was indeed a humongous kind of effort, very huge, massive kind of effort which Bhagirata had to put to get Ganga onto the earth. You can read it in the Ganga Avatarana story. You can ask your parents to teach you about that. By Bhagirata type of effort, Setu nirmanam kritva, having built the bridge, taihi sviya pranaha anyeshancha pranaha samrakshitaha. Their own lives and also the lives of others were protected because the bridge was useful for others also. So this brings us to the end of the story. So everyone's lives were protected because of the self-protection, self-confidence, and also the unity, working together, being organized and working together under a leader. Now there are some meanings of the words which we see. Bhagnaha is broke down, Akrandan is they cried, Savishadam is with sadness, Tambhuya is together, Taruhu is tree, Vyadha is hunter, Tandula Kanan is rice grains, Vikirya having scattered, Vistirya having spread, Prachannaha stood secretly, Chitragriva Nama named Chitragriva, Pratikaraha is remedy, Avicharitam means not thought of, not considered, Avatirya having descended, Avalokya having seen, Apravartanam no inclination, Pravrittaha engaged or engrossed, Avalambya having depended upon, Ekachitti Bhuya with single-minded, united mind, Kapurusha Lakshanam signs of a covered, Tiraskurvanti is reject, Vismayaha is amazement, Vikramaha is valor, Utpatitaha flew away, Chintyatam is should be thought, Alochya is having analyzed, Pashan is captivity, Pratyabhignaya is having recognized, Tvaraya is hurriedly, quickly. Nisritya is coming out, Me is mine, Kinattu is cut, Akarnya is having heard, Prahishtamanaha is gleefully, Pulakitaha excited, Satvaram is quickly, Upasarpati is approaches near, Ashtita Vatsalyena affection towards people who have taken shelter. Vatsalya is motherly affection. Ashankya is having doubted, and Avagnya is disrespect. Now there's a grammatical portion in this particular chapter which we see now. This talks about the lyap pratyaya. So what is lyap pratyaya? It's a lyap suffix. A single person does two actions, first action and second action. Having done the first action, he or she does the second action, and both of these are told in the same sentence. For this, generally the tva or tva pratyaya is used for the first action. For example, he writes after reading, he or she writes after reading. So first action is reading and second action is writing. So the same person does the same two actions, first action and second action, and both are in the same sentence. So that is shown as saha or sa patitva likhati. First action will get the tva pratyaya, which is the tva suffix. Now, however, what happens if that first action word is preceded by an upasarga? You may remember about upasarga from the previous classes. Then the tva pratyaya becomes replaced by lyap pratyaya. Both tva and lyap ending words are avyaya padani, means indeclinables. An example is choraha dhanam hritva dhavati. This is tva pratyaya, means having stolen money, the robber runs away. Tva. But however, hritva, if it has an upasarga like apahritya, so choraha dhanam apahritya dhavati, having, this is again lyap pratyaya, lyabanta padam it's called, or lyabantam it's also called. Lyabanta avyayam also is the one of the name for lyap pratyaya. So tva pratyaya is used when There is no upasarga, and lyap is used when there is an upasarga. However, both of them have the same meaning. There are some words given here which we see now. There's a this column is having lat lakara kriya, which is mean it's a present tense. Then this is how this is broken up. When we want to convert it to lebanta padam or lyap pratyaya padam, we have to find the upasarga and the dhatu and then the lyap. So the lebanta padam rupam will become agatya or agamya for agachati. So vivarana artha means agamanam kritva, having arrived, which we see here, having arrived. So there is an example here. Chhatraha vidyalayam agatya sanskritam padati. Having arrived at the school, the student studies Sanskrit. Anayati means having brought. Anayanam kritva aniya. So saha granthalayat grantham aniya pathati. So having brought the book from the library, he reads. Next, uttishtati, having got up. Suresha prata utthaya. The lebanta is utthaya. Lebanta rupam is utthaya. Mata pitarau namati. Having got up from the bed in the morning, Suresha bows down, salutes to his mother and father. Next, pranamati is pranamya or pranatya. Having saluted, having done namaskara. Shishya gurum pranamya grantham patati. The student, having saluted the master, studies the book, the grantha. Upakritya, upakaram upakritya means having served. Sajjana dukkhita janan upakritya modate. A good person, a noble person, having served the people in sorrow, he becomes happy by serving people. Nirdishya, having directed. Adhyapaka chitram nirdishya pathayati. So the teacher, having directed the picture or the film, he then teaches. Nischitya, chhatra dhyayam nischitya, having decided. Dhyayanam karoti, having decided his goal, the student studies accordingly. Vispritya, having forgotten. Aham pustakam vismritya agatavan. I came here, I forgot my book and came here. That's the meaning. Further, next, parishkaroti, parishkritya, having scrutinized. Chhatraha vyakaranena bhasham parishkritya vadati, having scrutinized the language according to grammar, then he speaks, he tells. Arabhya, arambam kritva, having, there's a mistake here. The arabhya should be the word in red here, whereas they have put the word yogasanani in red in your textbook. So arabhya should be the red colored word. So I have corrected the sentence here. Arabhya means having started. Shvaha, tomorrow. Shvaha arabhya, starting from tomorrow. Aham yogasanani karishyami, I will do yogasanas. So you also start doing yogasana. If you're not already doing, please start doing yogasana from tomorrow itself. Not tomorrow, from today itself, if you can. Svikritya, mata, having accepted. Mata vastuni svikritya agachati. Having taken the objects, mother comes here. Having accepted, having taken. Vilikya, having written. Shikshakaha sudhakhandena shlokam vilikya pathayati. The teacher writes, having written the shloka on the blackboard with the chalk piece, he teaches. Prakshalya, having washed. Mata vastram prakshalya apanam gachati. Having washed the clothes, the mother goes to the shop. Apakritya, having done bad deed. Durjana sajjanam apakritya gachati. The wicked person, having done a bad deed to the noble man, he goes away. Next, avalokya, having seen. Kapotaha tandulan avaglokya anandanti. The pigeons, having seen the rice grains, they became happy. Ashankya, having doubted. Manushya nindita karmani papam ashankya satkarma karoti. A person having doubted the despicable deeds as causing sin, he does only good deeds. Vikirya means having scattered. Vyada Tandula Kanan Vikirya Jalam Vistarayati. So you know the meaning of the statement because you have done this in the class, in the lesson. Avatirya, having descended. Kapota Bhuma Avatirya Tandulan Bhakshayanti. Having descended on the ground, the pigeons ate the rice grains. Vistirya, having spread. Yada Jalam Vistirya Prachanno Bhutva Sitaha. You know the meaning of this also. All these three, you know the meanings. Avalambya, having taken support. Markataha Vriksha Shakham Avalambya Shayanam Karoti. The monkey, having taken support of a branch of a tree, sleeps there. Nirmaya, having built, having constructed. Bhakta Mandiram Nirmaya Devam Archati. A devotee having built a temple prays to the god. Does Archana to the god. Further, now, in your book, there's also in the textbook there's a Visarga Sandhi chapter, and there are 4 types where Visarga Sandhis are mentioned, which we see next. A Sandhi means there are 2 different words, Kaha and Chit, like this. There are 2 different words, and first word is ending in a Visarga, and that's what I've shown here. Before it's immaterial which varna is there, but after the Visarga, if there's a Cha or a Cha, then the Visarga becomes replaced by Sha. We'll see the example here. Kaha, we have a Visarga followed by Cha, which is shown here, Chit. So the Visarga gets replaced by Sha, which becomes Kaschit. Pratikaraha, whatever be the varna here, Pratikaraha, Visarga we have, and we have again Cha here. Chintaniyam, Pratikaras, Visarga became Shakara. Pratikaras Chintaniyam. Then Devadattaha plus Chalena. Devadattas Chalena. This is the first type of Visarga Sandhi, which is the first type you see in the textbook in this particular chapter. We go to the second type. The Visarga is followed by Ta or Tha. Then the Visarga gets replaced by Saha. We'll see here. Chakitaha plus Tushneem. Ta is coming here. Visarga followed by Ta. Chakitas Tushneem. And again Ta coming here. Nitihi plus Tavat. Nitis Tavat. So Sakara. Sakara has come here in place of Visarga. Sakara Agama has happened. This is the second type of Visarga Sandhi in your textbook. Third type is before Visarga is A, followed by Visarga, and any of these varnas are there after Visarga. In this case, the Aha will become replaced by O. We can see here, Hiranyakaha, K plus Aha is there, K plus A plus Ha. So this condition is satisfied, and then this Na is coming here. So we have the condition satisfied. So it becomes Hiranyaka plus Nama is Hiranyako Nama. Hiranyakaha plus Nama is Hiranyako Nama. Then Tataha plus Hiranya. We have Ha coming here. Tataha plus Hiranyakaha is Tato Hiranyakaha. Again Vyadhaha plus Nivrittaha. Again Na is here. Vyadho Nivrittaha. This is the third type of Visarga Sandhi in your textbook in chapter 2. Then the fourth type, last type is A before and A after also. Then this whole thing is replaced by O along with Avagraha symbol. Kutaha plus Atra is Kutotra. Hitaha plus Api is Hitopi. Saha plus Asmakam is Tosmakam. So these are the 4 types of Visarga Sandhi, and I have put them all in the form of a one table summary for you to take a screenshot if you want to find out what type of Visarga Sandhis are there in this particular lesson. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now there is a little bit of additional notes here, which is this lesson is taken from the Hitopadesha, from the Mitra Labha Prakaranam part of this book. The author of this book is Pandit Narayana Sharma. This book is a collection of stories which are filled with values and good conduct, and it also has such statements and subhashitas. Therefore, this book is highly regarded in the Sanskrit literature. There are 4 prakaranas in this book, Mitralabha, Suhrit Bheda, Vigraha and Sandhi. By study of this book, students can get well versed in both moral stories and also the Samskrita language. Now, you find in Amar Chitra Katha, there is a big collection of 24 titles which has several volumes which are dedicated to books from the Hitopadesha, stories from the Hitopadesha. I urge you to take a look at this, maybe in your library, school library, or wherever, and you can get to know more about the Hitopadesha stories. And this book also has about Jatakas, which are the stories of Buddha, Gautama Buddha, Siddhartha Buddha, in his previous births as Bodhisattva. Very beautiful set of stories in the Jataka, very enlightening stories are there in the Jataka. Again, Hitopadesha has several enlightening, entertaining stories, and also the Panchatantra are all the 3-in-1 kind of book which you can see here from Amar Chitra Katha. In the end of your lesson, there is this shloka given, which is actually the title of your lesson. Alpaanaamapi Vastoonaam Sangatih Kaaryasaadhikaa Trinairgunatvamapannair badhyante mattadantinaha. The meaning is, a collection of small, powerless objects becomes a means to attain a goal or a result. For example, mighty, intoxicated elephants can be bound by ropes made of a collection of strands of grass. Where is a strand of grass in terms of strength, and where is a mighty elephant, intoxicated, matta dantinaha, intoxicated elephant, where is it in terms of strength? But a collection of all these strands of grass which make a rope, a thick rope, can bind an elephant also, is what this shloka is telling. Really, that's what is the moral of this particular story in this particular lesson. Well, this brings me to the end of this video. Thank you for watching this video. Like, subscribe, share. I hope you enjoyed this video and the way the lesson has been taught. See you in the next video with the exercises part of the same lesson. YouTube Amarabharata, Shubham Bhuyat, Mangalamastu, Vande Mataram, Sarvam Shri Krishnarpanamastu.